MTS helped save the lives of 2 homeless people overdosing on fentanyl.
A jury deliberates the fate of a woman charged with murdering her stepfather. Plus, a strong earthquake rocks a Northern California town. 1 year to the day, another earthquake struck.
The concerns over security comes as holiday shopping ramps up for Christmas time, but those we spoke to say it's an ongoing problem that needs a solution.
It's a plan to increase housing, and one of the ideas is to build homes on top of shopping centers. We'll take a closer look.
And we've got a holiday throwback from 2017 when we found a Christmas car decorated with 2,000 lights.
CBS 8 News live at 6 starts now.
Tonight, the head of MTS Security is praising employees for saving 2 people overdosing on fentanyl. Good evening, I'm Jesse Pagan in for Carla Giacchetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. It happened this morning near 5th and G Streets in the gas lamp quarter.
CBS 8's Abby Alford shows us how the employees jumped into action during a situation happening more often.
The head of MTS Security says the number of times that code compliance inspectors have had to administer Narcan in the last year has more than tripled. Another deadly dose of fentanyl kills another homeless person. MTS says 2 others survived because of this MTS code compliance inspector.
She's a hero today because of what she did, but I'm telling you, Ms. Rogers, she's a hero every day because she's out there working with the Downtown Partnership and really trying to make a difference in people's lives.
Al Styler's the director of MTS Security and says during outreach with the Downtown San Diego Partnership, a nonprofit that advocates for unsheltered people, they found 2 men and a woman non-responsive in the gas lamp Tuesday morning. They appeared to be overdosing on fentanyl. That's when the inspector administered Narcan.
No, she was at 3rd and G because that's where the outreach worker's job was today.
Firefighters arrived. SDFD says 1 man died, but the other man and woman came to and were transported to Scripps Mercy Hospital. You can see 2 people were visibly upset and consoling each other. MTS says security partners don't carry Narcan, but 2 years ago, code compliance inspectors known as CCIs started carrying it to treat overdoses.
Our CCIs would be out there and they would come and encounter somebody that was having an overdose, and we'd have to stand around and wait for medics to come.
And the number of times MTS has used Narcan has skyrocketed.
Last year we had 15 cases where we administered Narcan, and to date this year we've had over 50.
The number of fentanyl deaths is rising too, especially among the homeless. The mayor reports 5 years ago, 2 unsheltered people died from the synthetic drug, and last year it rose to 113. Last month, Mayor Gloria signed an executive order directing tougher enforcement and punishments against dealers.
We know that they target encampments and really deal their poison in those areas specifically because they're easy targets. These are people with existing mental illness and addiction issues.
MTS says it's code compliance inspectors like Ms. Rogers who will continue to fight the fentanyl crisis.
We're a transportation company. We're in the business to move people. But we realize what our role is in the society.
MTS says it's still waiting for approval, but the officer who saved these lives today is willing to share her story. We'll keep you updated here on CBS 8.
All right, Abby, thanks.
The fate of a Solana Beach woman accused of murdering her stepfather is now in the hands of a jury.
Prosecutors wrapped up closing arguments today. They say Jade Jenks killed her stepdad after she found nude photos of herself on his computer.
CBS 8's David Goffredson takes a closer look at the evidence in front of the jurors.
She dosed the hell out of him. She never called 911. She had all of those incriminating text messages.
Prosecutor Jorge Del Portillo made his final argument Tuesday that Jade Jenks drugged and suffocated her stepfather, Tom Merriman, after she found hundreds of nude photos of herself on his computer.
I need you to take a look through these photos.
The evidence against Jenks includes testimony from 2 witnesses. One said Jenks asked him to strangle her stepfather. The other testified Jenks told him she strangled her stepfather herself in the back of her SUV on New Year's Eve 2020.
She used the word strangle when she told Brian what she wanted him to do and when she told Adam what she admitted she did. We asked about strangulation because she confessed to it.
Earlier in the trial, Jenks took the witness stand. She was asked about a series of text messages she sent to friends on the day Merriman died. One of them read, quote, "I dosed the hell out of him."
When someone says, "I dosed the hell out of him," you would agree with me that that means someone gave another person a whole lot of drugs, right?
I guess it's a poor phrasing.
Okay. But my question was, you would agree with me that the phrase, "I just dosed the hell out of him," implies that you gave Tom a whole lot of drugs?
It does sound like that.
On Monday, defense attorney Mark Carlos argued Merriman was an alcoholic and a drug abuser who overdosed himself in the back of Jenks' 4Runner. After he died, Jenks admitted she hid his body underneath a pile of trash and lied to police about not knowing where he was.
Jay Jenks loved her stepfather, would have never hurt him and never killed him. And she just panicked. Instead of calling 911, she panicked. But panicking is not a crime.
Jurors got the case this morning. They deliberated all day and now they've gone home for the night. We'll let you know if and when a verdict comes down.
Now, David, if the jury does convict her, how much time in prison is Jenks facing?
If convicted of murder, she's facing 25 years to life. But the jury also has the option of finding her guilty of the lesser charge of manslaughter. And of course, the defense argued they should find her not guilty.
All right, David Goffredson keeping tabs on this case for us. David, thank you.
Up in Northern California, a strong earthquake injured nearly a dozen people and cut off power to tens of thousands.
The 6.4 magnitude quake's epicenter was near the town of Ferndale in Humboldt County. The quake damaged several buildings, homes, and roads, but as Jasmine Veal reports, officials say the scope of the destruction is small compared to the strength of the earthquake.
And immediately, I thought, okay, here we go.
Caroline Titus shows us the inside of her Ferndale home Tuesday morning after a 6.4 magnitude earthquake rattled her from bed just after 2:30 a.m.
Things were crashing down. As you can see, this was a coffee station that we had in our little house here, and our old Victorian house, and it's all on the floor.
The quake was followed by aftershocks.
We had about 80 aftershocks. There were 3 of them, magnitude 4.6, 4.0, and 3.9, which were the largest at this point.
Thousands were left without electricity. Some gas and water lines also ruptured.
Obviously, a relatively strong earthquake, and it was felt widely as far east as Redding and as far as south as in the Bay Area.
The quake broke windows at some businesses and tossed products off store shelves.
If it had been during the daytime and I was standing right here, that would not have been fun. So just another good reminder, that you need to bolt things down and secure them.
1 year ago to the day, the same area was hit by a 6.2 magnitude quake.
It's not an area where they're strangers to earthquakes. They've had pretty good sizable earthquakes up in this area.
The quake also damaged Ferndale's historic bridge and other roads. Officials are warning people to avoid the area while they inspect the damage. Jasmine Veal, CBS News.
A lit candle may have sparked a fire that broke out at a home in Encanto this morning. It started just after 6 a.m. at a home in the 2100 block of Swan Street. Crews, as you can see from this video, knocked down the flames in just 30 minutes, but not before it destroyed a studio residence behind the main home. The family inside of the home fortunately got out safely, and tonight they're doing okay.
Concern in Claremont, where some neighbors are worried about a proposed plan for big changes. It looks to add a lot of housing, but not a lot of parking. CBS 8's Steve Price is working for you with illustrations from the plan and more details from the city.
It's called the Claremont Community Plan, and it takes a look at the future, including ideas for new housing options, like building homes on top of shops here at the Claremont Town Square. And as you can imagine, this idea is drawing mixed reviews. A post on Nextdoor says, "I have seen the future of Claremont and it's not pretty." It didn't take long for nearly 200 neighbors to comment. That new trolley station on Morena at Balboa, here's the plan for that. The shopping center on Balboa and Genesee, big changes there too. And Claremont Town Square, it'll look completely different.
Too much, too many people in too small of a space.
Sandy Vargas isn't a fan of the plan, and her concerns echo what many others are saying.
I feel like it's going to get super crowded, and we're going to lose a quality of life.
Working for You, we reached out to the city to find out more about the plan. A city spokesperson told me it's still being revised and a new version should be out next year. She says it will serve as a long-range vision and does not mandate any particular project to occur. Things like the economy and availability of labor and supplies can affect what actually happens, but the goal is clear: create walkable communities with housing, shopping, jobs, and parks, and do it near bus and trolley lines to eliminate the constant need for cars.
My husband was stationed at Miramar. There was no Interstate 15.
She moved to San Diego in 1963 and says, what if people back then complained about change like people are doing today? We wouldn't have any of this. So she looks at the illustrations and sees the answer to a problem.
If they keep building one-story houses, single-family dwellings, they're going to run out of places to build.
In the Nextdoor comments, many people questioned parking. So I asked about that specifically and was told that because the areas are located within a half mile of a major transit stop, there is a zero minimum parking regulation. We will continue to follow this plan and let you know when the revisions are released. Working for You, Steve Price, CBS 8.
Thank you, Steve. CBS 8 is working for you. If there's something you'd like us to look into, email us at workingforyou@cbs8.com.
The charity Feeding San Diego did just that today, providing food for local families in need just in time for the holidays.
The nonprofit gave away 40-pound boxes of food to families who went to Southwestern College to pick them up. Their goal is to feed 2,000 families. They're not checking income or IDs. Feeding San Diego will also match any donation until the end of the year. For more information, go to cbs8.com/community.
Still ahead tonight, it's the end of the road for a popular longtime San Diego radio team.
Plus, California's role when it comes to how many people across the country are experiencing homelessness.
Talking about our temperatures for today, they were at near seasonal, but we're going to widen that gap by this Christmas weekend and even into the start of next week. We're going to take a look at those details coming up.
And up next, a collision sent 23 train cars off the rails, and the crash was captured on camera.